We're going to go ahead and we'll simulate our remaining games. The Ottawa ALLCAPS at 3-5, taking on the San Antonio Gorditas at 4-3. San Antonio is one of those quiet teams that can go either way. Simulate the game. And San Antonio pulls it out, 40-31 win over the Ottawa ALLCAPS. As McAllister was out for a brief moment, came back in. Greggs was out also for a bit. Lionel McAllister, 20 of 39, 213 yards, 4 touchdowns. Joe May, with the hot hand, 7 catches, 81 yards, and 3 touchdowns, looking like player of the game honors. Those 3 catches. Moving on. Has Joe May been player of the game every week? No. Mungyeong Munje at 3-4, taking on the Boston Jellybeans at 3-4. Simulate the game. And Boston pulls ahead to 500 at the midseason break, 40-22. Wizardy Herbert who? Spivey had to come in playing backup. Oh, they had to bring in the kicker at one point. Rough night as Parkyo Bum, 12 of 26, 107 yards and an interception. Marty Shelton playing big boy ball. James Aristigay with 11 catches, with 11 tackles, a fumble, and 2 interceptions, player of the game for Boston. If that was Boston. I think it was Boston. Dinosaur Fossils at 4-3, taking on the 3-4 Baltimore Challenge Passers. Simulate the game. 40-35, the home teams remaining undefeated and putting up at least 40 points. Alderman gets involved. Saxonville. Teague with a pick six. That might get him player of the game here. Yeah, but Alderman's 29-40, 205 yards and 5 touchdowns. It might go to Teague. No, it's not. Dick Johnson, though, with 10 tackles, 2 sacks, and a fumble. The joke writes itself. Yeah, Alderman, I think, is going to get player of the game. The Flint Super Weapon, needing a change of batteries at 2-5. They are taking on the defending champions, the 5-2, Reading Rainbows. 2 teams with hot streaks in the second half of the season last year. Simulate the game. Reading puts up at least 40 en route to another win. And it's Brooks who was out for a little bit. London Brooks, 36 of 45, 277 yards, 4 touchdowns. Stellar game, likely player of the game honors. The Augusta Duffers at 4-3, they're taking on the Saskatoon Sparklefarts. Simulate the game. Another game over 40. 44-32. Saskatoon gets the win. (29-44) for 255 yards and 4 touchdowns. Barris Driving, who was out for most of the game. Montgomery Flea Market with 8 tackles and a sack. Moving on. Winchester 73s at 4-3, taking on the 4-3 Kingston Punishers. Simulate the game. Home team wins, but scores under 40. 38-35. Kingston will start the second half of the season with a leading record at 5-3. Weiner Shrinkin was struggling. Well, he did okay. Timmy 2 times was out for a while. For the Kingston Punishers. Cornelius Brady had to play most of the game. 10 of 14, 87 yards, 3 touchdowns. Weiner Shrinkin with a good game even though he lost. Bill DeBear with 9 tackles, 2 sacks, and a fumble. Likely the hot hand for Kingston. And our final simulated game we'll have for the first half of the season, we'll see the Lafayette Subjuggulators at 2-5. Kansas City Mahomies at 2-5. Simulate the game. Oh my God. That's a record. Your eyes are not deceiving you. Kansas City put up 54 points in the first half. Joe, I need you in the room. Joe. You're being summoned. Hey, need you in the XILF room. The chat room. The voice location. All right, he'll be there soon. Let's take a look at this. Labibity to Tucker. Labibity to Schwartz. Johnstone with a 45-yard pick 6. Another pick 6. Labibity to Walker. Labibity to Schwartz. Crane with a 1-yard run. Labibity to Walker again. At this point, the score is 54-21. That is a skunk. Wait, 54-21. Yeah, that's 33 points. That is a second. That's a first half skunk. Walker to Labibity to Walker. Labibity to Tucker. Labibity to Walker. Labibity 1-yard run. This is absurd.
Hello, good sir.
Hi. I have questions, a lot of them.
Okay.
First one, 81 points. That is a record for highest
Yes, highest scoring by one team in a simmed game. That's a new record.
Combined 109 points. I don't think that's a record, though.
All right, I'm going to get that up here. I got the record book up. So
gonna say that's a top 5, but no, it's not the record.
So most combined points, 109 is not even in the top 5.
Yikes. Yabba Dabba Doo 20
for sim.
I'm shuddering to see what numbers Labibity puts up here. 20 of 40 for Yabba Dabba Doo, 214 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Bill Dickerson, the backup, 4 of 10. Here we go. God. Good God. Salakadoo Labibity, 30 of 39. 319 yards passing. Now, is that a record for most passing yards in a simulated game?
So 319. Let me get the... Oh, the simmed games. I would have to say yes.
Okay. 8 touchdown game. Gonna say close, but I don't think that's the record.
I want to say we've had 9. I don't really have the sim games all done yet with that, the individual marks.
53-point margin of victory. I think there was a higher one.
Yeah, the 53 is... Okay.
Wiz is saying breaks the top 5, but it's not the record.
So sim, that's gonna be, yeah, that's now the new number 5. Yep. It tops a 52 from 2020.
Oh, nice.
So 68 is the gold standard.
That was the infamous Hartford versus Brumble game?
No, that's second.
Oh.
Florida City 68, Topeka 0.
Was that a simulated?
That was a simulated game, 2020 week 17.
1 point shy of the nice score.
Nice.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
For interrupting.
Oh, hello, hi. Mark Walker, 8 catches, 115 yards, 4 touchdowns. But yeah, Labibity went off. Absurd. Total of 5 turnovers, 4 fumbles, and an interception. God,
I will also say it's not but 54 points in the first half's got to be a record. I don't remember ever seeing that before.
No. 28's been the highest in the first quarter of all time. And we've even seen that on a stream with the infamous Merton game. All right, whose microphone is smoking? Oh, it's T-Bones. Okay.
Just let me mute it quickly.
Okay. Push it to 81-28.
9 once.
We'll go in alphabetical order. Ottawa's cleaned. Andre Stewart listed as questionable for South Park. Burbank clean. Alderman's listed as probable with an MCL sprain. He's starting quarterback for Baltimore. The Duffers have some problems. Callborough out of the season. Barris Driven has a broken ass out for 4 weeks. Tamarick Wright is listed as questionable. Pulled his groin.
He broke his
groin.
T-Rex Taylor has an T-Rex Taylor's out for 5
that's too
weeks.
bad for Dinosaur.
He's extinct.
We had a baby Eats a Boy, still has a broken ass, but he'll be coming back.
Not extinct, just endangered.
And Anthony Figgins with a questionable start as San Antonio's reasonably healthy. Once again, we had a baby Eats a Boy. I think they might be back to contention here. Wizardy Herbert is out for 6 weeks. This will be playing against Boston. As he'll be coming back late in the season. Kenny Mitchell with a strained knee and Kwame Blake out with one knee injuries.
Are they the same position?
What's that?
Bless you. Are they the same position? Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are.
That means free agency.
Maybe. Kansas City is injury prone. Henry Coleman out for the season. Lamont Starks out for the season. Justice is served, their big defensive guy, out for 8 weeks. Sammy
Out
Weaver
of the season.
out for 7 weeks is Sammy Weaver. Salakadoo Labibity had to pick up the Salak. Dead Horse is clean. TJ
They got assassinated against us.
Mm-hmm. TJ Taylor listed as probable for Mungyeong. Phil Suggs, who was the hot hand for Hope Peak, is coming back in 2 weeks. Makoto Naegi is still listed as probable. Probably.
He's waiting for that 11th hour superpower.
Uh-huh. Ryan Leaf is out for the season, as we all know. BJ Christensen's out is questionable. No injuries for Alaska. Patrick Ells is out for 9 weeks with a foot fracture for the Fighting Polygon team. Gus Davis listed as questionable with a foot fracture.
Stress.
Kingston, clean. John Wallace listed as questionable for the Reading Rainbows. Tiki Johnson's out for a week. Horace Brickley's out for 7 weeks for the Pittsburgh Salad Fries. Big defensive end. Winchester is clean. Ben Sherwood's out for the second half of the season. Overdrive listed is probable with broken ribs.
Another broken ass.
Wow.
Josh Boone is out for the season for Flint. Luther Houston out for 6 weeks for the Flint Stones.
He broke his ass too.
Seth Hicks for the Lafayette Subjuggulators are out for the season, and his effects are being felt. Ralph Richardson's out for 4 weeks for the Madison Wolfpack. And that's all the injuries we got.